this is your instruction for your next assignment. What you'll be doing is drawing an orthographic sketch of a widget. A fellow student will eventually use your sketch of the widget you're creating and then recreate it using the Autodesk Inventor software that we will be using. Now, your first question might be, well, what's a widget? Well, that's easy. A widget is a small mechanical device as a knob or switch, especially one whose name is not known or cannot be recalled. Forget that. Okay. What it basically is, it's just a mechanical thingamajig that is part of a bigger machine thing. Okay? Now, we know them as a lot of different names. We call them all kinds of things, like doohickeys, thingamabobs, thingamajigs, doodads, whatchamacallits, gizmos. It's basically just any kind of odd little thing or mechanical part that is attached to a machine. And basically we call it a widget. So we're just going to be making a thing, and it doesn't matter what it looks like. Now, when you create your widget, it must be in the form of an orthographic drawing. You remember an orthographic drawing. We've been doing them in class. It's those three different views, a front, a top, a side, and it's fully dimensioned. That's what you're going to be doing when you create your widget. Now, when creating your widget, it must have between 10 and 15 edges. Now, this one I'm showing you right now, it has 12 edges, so it's perfectly fine. If, on the other hand, your widget has less than 10 edges, like this one on your left that only has 9, it is not okay, and you'll have to try again. Conversely, if your widget is a little bit too complicated and having more than 15 edges, like this one on the right that has 16, also not okay, and you got to go back to the drawing board. Remember, the widget you're creating needs to have somewhere between 10 and 15 edges. You also need to fully dimension your widget. Okay? So when doing your orthographic drawing, you need to remember good solid object lines, thin dimension lines, use arrows, keep your lines straight, make sure you're not missing any dimensions. When dimensioning angles, remember you only have to do angles if you think they're vital and essential. Now, we're more concerned about the dimensioning of the location of each corner than being concerned about the angles or the length of a slope. For all the lines on your front view that you're using, whether they're short or long, they can be no shorter than, they can't be shorter than 1/8 of an inch. And no dimension should be greater than 6 inches in length. Now, this also includes the total dimensional length of your widget. Can't be more than 6 inches. So no dimension can be less than 1/8 of an inch, and no dimension can be greater than 6 inches. For the depth of your widget, it should have no variations in depth. And the depth must be no less than 1/4 of an inch and no greater than 2.5 inches. There are a couple things that you should be mindful of, and let's talk about those now. Now, you'll be drawing your widget in your Gateway to Technology Engineering Journal. Remember, fill the space available. That means no itsy bitsy teeny little sketches, okay? Fill up the page as best you can, and if you need to, you can even turn the book sideways to get it to fit what you need for your widget. Now also, don't make your widget so simple and or symmetrical that all your hidden lines are truly hidden because of your object lines when you do an orthographic drawing. Conversely, don't make your widget so complex that it is difficult for you to dimension and difficult for your classmate to recreate when they start using Autodesk Inventor. And another reminder, you should not dimension the slope of an angle. Just don't worry about it. We're more concerned about the rise and the run and the points of those angles than the actual slope of the angle or the length of that slope. And finally, when you finish creating your widget, scan your work, okay? Save the scan as a PDF file, upload the file to the Haiku Dropbox for this assignment, and as always, check Haiku for full details on the assignment. Now go ahead and make your widget.